Well, you know what they say. They can say what they want about you, but you know what you know. It just is what it is. You know what I love about God? And I hope you can hear me because I got fans running all over the house because I'm not using the AC unit because the AC unit has been making me sick. I don't know what chemicals they're putting in the AC. I don't know if they're not cleaning the vents. Well, I know they're not cleaning the vents. I don't know if the air ducts are not clean. But I'm going to use my good old fan. Just like my grandma used to use. I don't need no AC. Okay? Now, one of my favorite things that I love about God is so amazing, is that even though I cannot travel all over the world, you got people from other continents, Central America, Africa, Asia, coming right on into America. And then they tell me how my president, because he is the president of the United States of America, which I am entrapped, how this man continues to go around to other people's continents and kidnap their leaders, hijacking the seat of their land, of power, of God's nations, God's people, to take their resources and to abuse the people of that land. And I said, wow, that sounds familiar. That sounds like what they did to my people. Just 400 years ago, it sounds like the pirates who got kicked off of where they was. I'm not going to say the name because we know the name. And they got lost on sea and stumbled upon my ancestors, okay? And my ancestors, the kind people that they are, opened their arms to these gentle-looking, fragile, skinny-looking people. We opened our arms to them. And when I say skinny, I don't mean like me. I mean they didn't have any muscular content to their body. Just ropes, if you will. And we opened our arms, opened our homes, we fed them, all to be tricked because their leader was upset. And he was so happy when they came back and said, we have something that we think you would love. They harvest, they have this thing called Thanksgiving. They do harvesting, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Their food is amazing. Their corn is red and purple and blue. It's great. You should see it. They talk to the animals. I've never seen anything like this. My sire. And the sire, he was in love with a black woman in Africa. A woman who had her own kingdom. So he gets to thinking of how he can demolish a whole group of people and take that army after he demolishes her kingdom and use that to create the United States of America with him and his friends, him and his little friends that sat down and wrote that Bible, him and his homosexual buddies with all of their rabies, scabies, and diseases. They brought that on over here to the promised land of milk, honey, and eternal life. Are you fucking kidding me? And now these people, these same motherfucking people, after they then whipped and beat the shit out of us, you telling me they want us to follow laws and commandments? You got to be out your motherfucking mind. So in all reality, it seems as though people who have no authority whatsoever are traveling around on God's land just tearing shit up, and nobody's doing anything to stop them. Why? Because they have teamed up with some evil motherfuckers called the Russians. Now, the Russians don't give a goddamn about anything. They don't even listen. We're talking about Romans who have a thing. The Romans like to fight. They like to fight each other. They like to eat each other, fight each other. They don't eat their babies. They eat the dog. They don't give a fuck. So now that they have a hate for black people, they can stop hating themselves for a minute. And then they got the Russians. Do you know how evil a fucking Russian is? I don't think you know. Y'all need to do some history. Because I think y'all have been mad at the wrong people for a long time. Y'all have been mad at the wrong people. And it's a mess. Because how dare you think that I'm going to listen, there's only 1 or 2 or 3 real things that people need to be arrested for. Anybody who trespasses upon anybody's property, may their property be their body, their land, or their children. Whatever it is. You deserve to be hurt for that. You can't come up on nobody's shit thinking you're going to tell them what the fuck to do with their shit. Now, you need to know that's a no-no. That's an execution immediately. How the fuck you going to come up on somebody's shit and tell them what the fuck? You ready for a fight. Anybody that challenges your territory is ready for a fucking fight. And I don't understand why these ABC organizations think that they can put on uniforms and come around and challenge people on their own territory. You can't do that shit. You can't do that shit. However, you can't be fucking kids and fucking animals. You can't be doing that. Okay, so if you fucking kids and fucking animals, you gotta go. It's no jail for that. We don't make a jail for people who fuck kids and fuck animals and hurt innocent people. We don't do that. It's immediate execution. Immediately. What is a jail for? And that's another thing. These judges have no fucking jurisdiction. What are you, a judge of what? You inside that building, protected by your cousins and your uncles that you fuck when you off work. Y'all all a part of the same bullshit. Y'all don't run shit. This is how you don't. Let me ask you a question. How can you, a stranger, come onto someone else's land that God gave them? God gave everybody their own land. Okay? Nobody has the right to go on anybody's land and take their resources. What is wrong with you? That's immediate execution. So how can you from this land come to my lane and try to, what's it called? Well, you debo somebody from their shit. That's basically what they did. They deboed our shit. The fuck? And then they using fear-mongering tactics like whipping niggas and beating niggas and hanging niggas and telling stories and books to keep niggas afraid to fight back for their own shit. You got motherfuckers from over there. You over here minding you ain't even over there. You ain't even worried about what's over there. You over here. They come over here and debo your shit. And they still deboing it 400 years later. And they got some laws. Those laws don't fucking apply. The officers that you have going around, they can't do that. Immediate fight. You can stand your ground. You can fight the police. You can. Because they rent-a-cops. They are rent-a-cops. They have no power over indigenous people whose ancestors have heritage to this motherfucking land or Africa. You can't do that. You can't do that anywhere. Has anybody not told them this? I'm just wondering, has anybody told them? Has anybody told them politely that you can't do this?